I knew Jerry Snell over 20 years, and when he founded the Long Beach Waterfront Warriors, I was very interested in it. And being here in the volunteer fire department, we do our own fundraising by selling Christmas trees. So over the past 14 years, we used to give to certain charities, so we decided to do the Burn Center for about 12 years. So we decided as a company that we wanted to, donate to a community charity. So, the idea came up, the Long Beach Waterfront Warriors. So I contacted Jerry Snell, and we decided to donate some of the proceeds from the Christmas tree sales to the Long Beach Waterfront Warriors to help out Jerry to expand his charity here in Long Beach. So that's how, for like the last 3 years, we've been involved, with the members of 2341, volunteering our time, helping out Jerry with all the events and the fundraising in Long Beach. We have this brunch for appreciation of Jerry Snell and all his volunteers at the Long Beach Waterfront Warriors for all the hard work they do. I actually participated a little bit more last year to see inside of all the hard work and the volunteer work that Jerry and his crew does, and I tell you, I was amazed of how much work him and his crew puts into this, and it was unbelievable with the parade, with the stuff that goes on in the city, with the fundraising, and it was amazing. And my company, Engine 2341, appreciates all the hard work that he puts into it, and his crew. And we would like to present the Long Beach Waterfront Warriors with a donation from our Christmas tree sales proceeds, $2,000 to Long Beach Waterfront Warriors.
The ATM?
There is a great camaraderie between the fire department and armed force. I'm thinking because maybe, the military, it's all like the same thing, the way they run the fire department is very militant. So, plus, in the volunteers or career firefighters, people are also veterans. They served our country well, and it's the same camaraderie. So I think that's the reason why there's such a big bond between us.
Yeah, I'd like to present this certificate of appreciation to Captain Dave Rivera. I've known Dave for over 20 years from working at the Recreation Center. In fact, I remember him from the day he took his test for the Long Island Railroad. And now he's captain down here at Station 1 in Maple House, and they're doing a great job for us with the Christmas tree sales. And any help we need, we always ask Dave to bring Santa Claus down on a fire truck, and anything that we need, they help us with. So, Dave, thank you very much for
I just want to say a few things. One is thank you very much to Roe. We have hundreds of volunteers. Roe is a standout, and we just wanted to thank her for all her help since we started. Come on up, James. All right, I've known Dave for 30 years, and I see how much he contributes to this town, what this company does for this town, and for us. And this summer, July 15th to 20th, we're bringing about 65 warriors and their family members up to Long Beach. And it's not what I do, it's what all the people in this town do. So it's nice to hear your name called out, but the reality is it's all the volunteers, all the help from you guys. So I want to thank you, Dave, but especially I want to thank your company, Engine 41, and give you that.
This event today really makes a lot of sense to me because you have really the same spirit in two different organizations that come together. We have the heroes who live and heroes who work out of this fire department who put their lives on the line whenever the call comes. But the Waterfront Warriors for me represents the best of Long Beach, as do you. The day that we have the parade in town is my favorite day of the year. To see the smile on the faces of the families, just to have children line the streets and say thank you to them is really what it's about. And Jerry, you guys do such a great job with this, and everyone else who volunteers, whether you talk to the men and their families about going down to Ground Zero, the fishing, all that stuff is nice. But the parade through the town when everyone gets to say thank you is really what it's about. And the fact that we get to honor those heroes, so we get to live the way we do here, and we thank them for their sacrifice is what it's about. You sacrifice, they sacrifice. To have everybody come together here is a wonderful event. So I wanted to thank the members past and present of Engine 41, Captain Rivera, for your terrific help. And of course, I wouldn't be a politician if we didn't all take a big picture. The Waterfront Warriors really represents the best of the Long Beach spirit. The weekend when the Warriors come to Long Beach, and especially the parade, there isn't a dry eye in the town, and the appreciation that people express for those who sacrifice for our country so we have the freedoms we do are reflected in everyone's enthusiasm, and the families that come down here have the biggest smiles on their face and are just so happy to have people say thank you to them. So it's really a wonderful organization, whether it's the trips to Ground Zero, the fishing, all that stuff is nice. But the parade through the town when you see the children thanking the soldiers is really what it's about. So to have heroes in this fire department who put their lives on the line, help an organization that really reflects the same spirit is just tremendous. So I'm proud to be here today and really want to do whatever I can to keep this going.
Thank you very much, sir. We have a couple of presentations, but we know one has to be done quick. So we have a certificate of appreciation to one of our stellar volunteers, Ro Daly.
Well, being a veteran myself, it's important that we give back to our guys that have sacrificed so much. And when we sell our Christmas trees, proceeds of it go towards the Waterfront Warriors and help them out, because the adjustment to go from combat and chaos to calm and capitalism can be very tough.
I just want to thank everyone. You know, I think the city shows that their support of the volunteer fire force and how important you really are to our community, and we all really appreciate everything you do. And then especially the Waterfront Warriors, your support for the Waterfront Warriors just basically highlights your support to the community and to those that serve us in other ways. So you know, it's really my pleasure to serve the city, even when it's tough times and we all have, you know, some challenges we have to overcome. But we do sincerely appreciate all your time. I know there's a lot of time away from your family. When that bell rings, you guys are, you know, heading potentially into a very dangerous situation, and it's not taken for granted. And of course, you know, I know Chief Miller knows that anything we could do, any equipment we can provide, we always try to, and try and make your, you know, volunteer service as safe as possible so that you could just go home, because everyone always needs to go home to their families. So once again, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for supporting a great organization like the Waterfront Warriors. It really highlights, you know, your commitment to our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Anthony E. Ramo. I'm the president of the Long Beach City Council, and I'm here this morning just to say thank you, not only to the Waterfront Warriors, but to our amazing volunteer fire department that not only always supports our community, but supports great community organizations like the Waterfront Warriors.
I'm not a fireman, I'm just strictly a volunteer. Fortunately, 2 years ago, I read in the Herald about this organization with the run, the barbecue, and what I did was, I'm retired from Wall Street, and I have a lot of you know, business connections, people that want to contribute. And for instance, I contacted Mineola Flag. Actually, they're in Lynbrook now, but her and her partners, they over the past 2 years have given me at least 40 or 50 3x5 American flags. I mean, real good flags with the stitching. The stars are stitched. It's not a print. She gives me pins. I have a friend of mine from Garden City, Dan Dolan, Spider. It's a Wall Street investment. He gave me all of these shirts. I gave them out to the guys. Golf shirts, lacrosse shorts, golf balls, and we gave these out to the guys. I usually go down to the beach and give them out to the guys. They're very thankful, and so I got involved, you know, with Jerry, and try to do as best I can to try to make it it's a great event. I mean, the fact that they put these soldiers in the hotel to me is just unbelievable, especially the cost of this. and so I believe it's so comfortable for these guys come with their family to spend quality time in a nice setting, their own room. There's very generous people down here, but it's a little different when you stay in somebody's house. It's kind of like, so what they, with Jerry and the group, it's just, and the fire department, it's just amazing how comfortable and how grateful these guys are. And the sacrifices that they have given this country is beyond belief. So it's a great organization. It's a great time for these guys. They bring the kids, they have surfing lessons, fishing trips, Ducks game, obviously go to 9/11. So it's a really a quality time week for these guys to get out of that environment in the hospital and spend quality time.
This is like the Waterfront Warriors, The View, but the Waterfront Warriors version of The View.
I told you this was
where
like
people
Stoop,
talk.
whatever that is.
Stoop chat.
Stoop is like Stoop
talk.
Go ahead, Jim. You have to stoop talk. You should be in the middle because you're
Well, Jerry.
talking.
What?
How many people are coming this year?
Hopefully we have about 65, 70 guests, about 24 or 25 service members, over 20 children. You know, we have people coming from Florida, the Hazes and the
Oh, I know. I'm so
Sleep.
excited about
We
that.
have a couple of families coming from Texas. We have some Navy SEALs coming from Virginia. We have over 20 seats on JetBlue coming from Walter Reed. And we should have, like I said, about 65, 70 guests. We're filling out the list, finishing up the list right now.
And we'll be all ready to give them their massages on the beach, which, from what I understand, is one of the highlights of their visit. And it certainly is the highlight of our summer. All our therapists look so forward to it every year.
Yeah. I usually, as soon as I get off work at 3 o'clock, I head over to the beach. I look for the gazebo, the
I
tent.
think this year you'll have off on those days. I'll make an executive decision.
But we always, we enjoy working on the guys.
I think
and
the
their
best part
spouses.
for us is that we get to interact so personally with them, and we hear some really amazing stories. Some a little funny, like at Christmas time when they came to the shop. The stories were flying.
So this is from the Healing Oasis, who last year provided massages the whole time the guests were up here in the winter.
Facials,
and this
too.
is Mary DeLay, who's been for 10 years providing massages and recruiting people
Remember
to
the
help
first
her
year was
on
just
the
that
beach.
when Alegria had the tent,
Right, we had a tent outside.
and we had one table
One
going,
table.
and now we have 3 tables and a chair. Hey, it works. It works.
Oh, pretty nice. Massages on the beach, courtesy of these women and the Healing Oasis.
For the vets and for their wives.
Oh yeah, even the
also.
kids. The
And
kids get on there too.
sometimes get massages.
Yeah, I've heard them talk about it and how much they enjoy it.
Well, for me, it's such an inspiration to, after they get off our table and they jump in the ocean and ride a surfboard.
Or some of them get
it's
wheeled
just
to the
amazing.
table. 'cause
Yeah.